welcome to... Wait, I'm having a brain fart, I'm sorry. Hello and welcome to the...
What is wrong with you?
I don't feel like doing this episode, I'll be honest. I'll be completely honest. I just don't feel like it, but...
Too muggy out?
Yeah, way too muggy out.
Oh,
and
it's better than this rain that we've been having all weekend.
Yeah.
That shit was depressing.
It was. And what made it worse for me today was that indoors, like the AC unit was screwed up, so it was muggy indoors.
Oh.
Yeah. So you had that cool...
That's just like nasty moist.
Yeah. So it was like, it was cool but muggy indoors, and I was like, oh man, I can't deal.
Oh man.
But yes, hello and welcome to the Codex Prime podcast. We are on...
Want to do the episode.
We are on episode 132. And it is Tuesday, August 14th, 2018. I am your host, Victor Omoayo. And with me, as always, is my co-host and social media chair, Carl Byrd.
What's good, y'all?
Yeah, man. It's going to be some light work today for this episode. Not much in the way of stuff and things, but we will always get into stuff and things as we do on this show. We thank everyone for tuning in, starting with Eddie Ortiz and John Haponic. Thank you for joining us on this episode on the group chat. And we also want to give a tremendous shout out to our first ever sponsor, Studio Headphones.
That's right. You can see Victor modeling our Regent.
Yes.
The Regent over-the-ear designs. With I suck at this. Yeah, but he's rocking the white Regent designs. Their premier over-the-ear headphones. They are up to 24 hours battery life, and plus 20 days standby life. Mm-hmm. And how do they sound?
They sound crystal clear.
How do they look?
They look fantastic.
Exactly. They're customized. You can customize them, and all you got to do is just go to studio.com and use the promo code Codex to get 15% off.
That's right, man. Yeah, if you're in the market for good headphones, Studio is it right here.
Affordable and free shipping to the U.S.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Can't beat that.
Not at all.
Yeah, man. So... yeah, getting into stuff, right in the middle of August. Got some things to talk about. You got some things to talk about.
Yeah,
you guys are sharing the episode all across Facebook. You want to get into what you've been up to at all, or should I?
That's you, because you have something that. Oh my God, what's going on, Vivi? Violet. Wow, I haven't seen her talk to you in a long time. Hope everything's well.
Okay, nice. Welcome. Yeah, I'll get into some stuff.
There's something I really want to hear you talk about.
Yeah. First off, I'll get into some comics that I've been reading, then that I recommend that you all check out. One is, and I'm displaying it here for our viewers here, is the issue 1 of...
I wanted to wait on that, but go ahead.
Yep, issue 1 of Catwoman.
Oh, no, mind. Never mind.
Yep. By DC Comics. And this one is part of the... spin-off of the Batman comic line from the DC Universe / Rebirth. And this one, for any DC fans who are following the Batman comic arc, definitely start reading issue 1 of Catwoman after reading issue 50 of Batman, because this takes place right after the events of that particular issue.
You got the one with... Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle get married?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Deals with the marriage, or the wedding rather.
Yes.
And issue 1 follows Selena Kyle. She's on her own case, if you will, and she's dealing with multiple copycat Catwomen. They are all wearing the exact same Catwoman costume, and they're working for some really, really shady the really shady wife of this senator or this politician. And she's extremely disfigured. Like she has all the makeup, the wig, the whole 9 yards in front of the camera. But once the cameras are off, she literally removes the wig, literally removes the nose off her face.
Wait, what?
And dentures this woman that Catwoman has yet to deal with. Yeah, it's one of the main antagonists of this comic. And she's employing one of these copycat Catwomen for her own nefarious ends that have yet to be revealed. And I'm really digging it so far. I really like the artwork, and I really love the variant covers from issues 1 and 2, which are available on newsstands now. But yeah, check out Catwoman issue 1 if you're a fan of the Batman series, which is currently being written by Tom King, who's also the author of this magnificent DC series, Mr. Miracle, which is another comic book series that I'm reading. It's actually a 12-part miniseries. And man, this is incredible. Like, I've heard nothing but universal praise for Mr. Miracle since it came out last year. Like, in terms of the writing by Tom King, the artwork, and just the storytelling. And you don't have to have any familiarity with Mr. Miracle, like the older versions or like the New Gods. This one is just it deals with some heavy themes, like themes of family, themes of sacrifice, war, PTSD, depression. And Mr. Miracle, he's a guy who's been raised in the hellscape that is Apocalypse. He's been tortured, and the beginning pages of issue 1 establish the worlds of and the characters, which I don't want to reveal any details. It's like it's better if you go into Mr. Miracle completely cold. Currently, the first 10 issues are out now, and if you're a fan of excellent storytelling and and just great, sharply written characters, and something that takes unpredictable turns and will make you think for a while, then Mr. Miracle is something that you should definitely pick up in stores. There's only 2 more issues coming out, and I can't wait to see how it's going to wrap up. And I'm also reading this new Image Comics series by Robert Kirkman, co-creator of The Walking Dead, and it's called Oblivion Song. You can see it right there.
I've seen it. Okay, I've seen that.
Yeah. The first 6 issues are out now, and Oblivion Song, this is a pretty dope series. I've read the first issue, and off the strength of this one, I bought the remaining 5, which are out now. And it's about this guy named Nathan who travels into this what seems to be this alternate dimension called the Oblivion, and apparently, I guess like hundreds of thousands of people have disappeared, and they've been transported to this Oblivion place. It's kind of like the Upside Down of Stranger Things, but a hell of a lot worse.
Can you get worse than that?
Yeah, you can apparently, because
it's Robert Kirkman writing, so it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, like it's like completely like post-apocalyptic. There's like these grotesque monsters running around. It kind of looks like Walking Dead meets The Last of Us meets Stranger Things. This in terms of this Oblivion world.
That's depressing.
I love it, and it's definitely worth a read. And Nathan, he travels to this Oblivion to rescue as many people as he can, but apparently he's running into some blowback from the U.S. government or the powers that be that refuse to give him funding to rescue more people from the Oblivion. Because they accuse him of going on this personal journey. He has personal reasons for doing so, and apparently, Robert Kirkman says that the first 13 issues have been written, and he says that by the time issue 13 rolls around, it's going to be really unpredictable. It's not going to turn out the way you think, and that intrigues me. So, who knows, Robert?
I may be sold onto that one.
Yeah. So I do recommend Oblivion Song. Robert Kirkman is doing some really good stuff, and Lorenzo De Felici. Hopefully I'm pronouncing his last name wrong.
Try it.
He's the artist of the
Yeah,
series.
De Felici.
Yep, De Felici. Yep, Lorenzo De Felici provides the great artwork for this series, and if you're in the mood for something new, and if you're a Robert Kirkman fan, then definitely check out Oblivion Song. Hopefully it won't wear out its welcome like The Walking Dead is, or the TV show at least, but this one I do recommend.
That sounds like it could turn into a TV show.
It could. Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of these, like, Image and independent comics are getting turned into series, like Briggsland.
That's still in development, last I checked.
Yeah, still in development. There was, there was something else. Well, Preacher's been around for a while.
Yeah, Preacher's been around for a while.
Yeah. There's some other ones I can't really think of off the top of my head. Oh, and another Image comic that I do recommend. It's the first volume. It's called The Beauty, and The Beauty is awesome. This is volume 1. This collects the first 6 issues. Issue 23 of Beauty is out now.
That cover looks like it gives children nightmares.
And oh yeah, it does. It's for our listeners out there, the cover of Beauty is this deceased woman with gray, cracked skin, with hollowed out eyes and a mouth, completely black. And it's a story about a world where, well, just imagine a world where there's an STD floating around, and this STD gives you the effect of looking beautiful, like completely beautiful. Like this STD gives you like a completely like chiseled body if you're a man, or like a voluptuous body if you're a woman.
Oh, then everybody's fucking.
Yeah, beautiful face, like restores your hairline, straightens your teeth, everything. Like gets rid of the love handles, everything. Like this STD is pretty much like it's like
the STD that everybody wants.
Yes, exactly. Everybody wants it, and apparently like millions and millions of people in the Beauty have this disease, and it's just one sexual encounter away. Unfortunately, there's a side effect to the Beauty.
Yep, see? It's too good to be true. Go ahead.
Your head explodes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Your head just, like scanner style, just explodes into a nice pulpy mass. And after a while, about 2 years, so apparently there are 2 detectives Vaughn and Foster. They're trying to figure out, get to the bottom of this disease. And apparently there's a big conspiracy at the center of it. Involves some corrupt politicians, a scientist who may or may not have the cure, and I won't spoil how issue 1 ends. But if you're not hooked by the end of issue 1, then I don't know if the rest will win you over. But I highly recommend this series. The first 4 volumes are out on paperback. It covers the first 21 or 22 issues, and issue 23 is out now. Check it out if you're a fan of horror, if you're a fan of good writing and a good mystery.
Well, that got some feedback. Eddie says, "What the fuck?"
Mm-hmm.
And John Aponic says, "That sounds awful," which is actually surprising because I think that will be something right up his alley.
Well,
he's not as dark as you.
Nah, John, he's not a fan of like super violent material. To which I say that it is not. I mean, there is violence in it, but it's appropriate. It's not gratuitous at all. It's not over the top. But if you're a fan of like sci-fi, mystery, horror, definitely check out The Beauty. I'm sold. I'm definitely going to collect the next 3 volumes of this. And the next one the next comic we'll talk about since as we both
Let's go.
well. Yep.
I'm all set with Sharon.
Okay. And last but not least is the return, the reboot, the long-anticipated reboot of Marvel's Fantastic Four, issue 1.
Now, before we get to that amazing publication,
Yes.
Beauty sounds like it could be a David Lynch film.
Yeah, it could actually. It could. Like, you know what? Like I will say, like, Beauty, it's told way more straightforwardly than a David Lynch film or its typical David Lynch story, but it's right up his alley. Like, he could play around with that world. I mean, an STD that makes you look handsome? Shoot, I mean, well, then again, I mean...
But it only lasts for 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years and your head explodes, so... I mean, is it really worth it? I mean, you could get plastic surgery, but...
You die happy. Yeah, I know. But that's expensive.
Yeah.
You can fuck for free.
No, yeah, I mean... You guys sound all crass and whatnot. Jesus. But, yeah. The Beauty, I can definitely see that being a movie or a TV show. Because Image, like, yo, they got some really creative stuff out there.
Yeah, a TV show? I'd rather go with the movie. I'd rather say it would be a movie.
Yeah, you can condense it into a movie. But yeah, I recommend that. But yeah, man, Fantastic Four, written by Dan Slott with art by Sarah Pichelli.
Simone Bianchi and Scotty Young.
Yep. They're also take part of this wonderful work. There are several variant covers of this.
Dude, that thing is selling out like crazy.
Yeah, like I went. It came out last Wednesday.
Yes.
And I went to Newberry Comics in Warwick, and there were like multiple copies of it. I'm like, shoot, I'll take this.
I went to my friendly neighborhood Rock Hogos and had mine.
Nice. Was it sold out there?
No, but I went back today because I got the variant cover, which was it has Black Panther and Storm on it,
Oh, okay.
which really looks amazing. And then I went back because I was like, you know what? I want the original. I want the original copy. Just to
Yeah.
at least put it in my box. Sold out.
Wow. Yeah, you can still find a lot of this.
Yeah,
Of
you
this film
can.
somewhere.
I just like to go to my friendly neighborhood rock Cocos.
Yeah, no.
I like Newberry Comics is like if I have to,
Yeah,
because they don't package their comics.
they don't. But you can buy the packaging online like super cheap though.
You can, but it's just like, why don't you just go to your friendly neighborhood local comic shop where they actually already have it.
That's true. That's right. Big shout outs to Reagan at Rockogos.
Yes.
But yeah, Fantastic Four. What are your thoughts of this reboot?
I am so like, first of all, I'm ecstatic. I was always a Fantastic Four fan, so I'm ecstatic that it finally came out after being delayed like twice already.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in June. I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
trust me, I've been on the lookout for this.
Yeah. And would you say it was worth the wait?
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Because, like, even though they're not all together in the comic, it still leads to more. Like, they're eventually going to be there. Like, it's the start of a new story.
Yeah.
You know, it picks up after the events of Secret Wars. And then there's also a Marvel 2-in-1 series that actually follows Sting and Human Torch and what brings them back, because they actually got lost in the whole big explosion when the Marvel Universe came to an end in Secret Wars. So that the 2-in-1 series actually brings them back like to Earth. And it's like, what happens is like Sue and Reed and the initial Richards family are like missing. Johnny still believes that they're still out there.
Yep.
But Ben has actually came to terms that, okay, they're gone. It sucks.
Yep.
But I'm going to move forward.
Yep. Yeah, he tries to move on because he thinks that all is lost.
Yeah,
Yeah. And Johnny hasn't lost faith.
not at all.
Yeah. And yeah, it's a really good setup because it's like, oh man, you're hooked. Like, oh, what happened to Reed and Sue Richards? Like, where are they? And me having not read Secret Wars, that I thank you for giving context to that, because I was like, oh man, what happened?
Oh, yeah, you didn't get Secret Wars?
Nah, I know it was a big thing back in 2015.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't gotten into that. But yeah, man, like, but you don't have to get into Secret Wars to get into issue 1 of Fantastic Four. But I'm already hooked. Like,
Yeah,
I will
I've
definitely be following this series.
Yeah, I'm definitely hooked. And then, of course, as I was reading, I'm like, okay, now that, they're bringing back, the comic franchise, the movie franchises could be coming home. Who can play who?
Yeah.
I'm pretty convinced for John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt as Invisible Woman. I actually thought of Alex Pettyfer as a Human Torch.
Oh, really?
From he already has that action movie bone in his body. As far as like playing a complete goofball, everything I saw him in, he was completely serious.
Yeah.
But I think he can actually like be a little flexible and be a little goofy.
Yeah, sure.
And as for Ben Grimm, okay, obviously things gonna be CGI done right.
Yeah.
And I don't know, as far as the actor is concerned, I don't know.
Yeah. I think you can go bold with the thing. Like, maybe somebody, maybe someone young-ish, because like him and
Well,
Ben
him and
Grimm
Reed are like the same age.
yeah, so you have to go someone like John Krasinski's age to.
Yeah.
So, let me think. Man, I don't know, like, cause like, if I were casting the thing, I was gonna say something bold like Ving Rhames.
Nah.
I like that.
He has the voice for it.
Yeah, he does.
I mean, we hear it every day in an Arby's commercial. But he has the voice for it, but not the accent.
Oh,
If you want to think back to like the 1994.
Oh, we had that hard New York accent.
Yeah. Yeah, Ving Rhames doesn't have. I don't know. I can't hear it, but it was like a white guy's
Yeah.
hard New York accent.
Oh yeah, like a cartoonish version because being a cartoon and all.
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. I couldn't really do it. Like Michael Chiklis had it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that the movie was awful.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah. Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Even worse. Even worse.
Galactus was a cloud.
You know how much money it would cost just to make Galactus?
Yeah.
You need Disney money to make Galactus.
Yeah, you do. Well, you know, I would say like you could do some tricks. Like you can actually have somebody in a costume, just like a guy, and just like superimpose them.
The movie was bad enough as it is.
Just superimpose them onto like the live action image. You can manipulate him with CG, but you don't have to have him like an all CG character of Galactus.
I mean, they could do the same thing that they did with Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin's probably like the best Galactus I can think of, but he can't play everybody.
That's true. Yeah, he's got Cable and Thanos as it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes, and I do like the reintroduction of Doctor Doom.
That was good.
Yeah, I'm like, it's about time. We need to see Doctor Doom done right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because the films have failed miserably, and Doctor Doom is one of the best Marvel villains ever.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and he's got to have his day once again. So, you know what? I will say to all comic book fans out there, even those who have at best a casual interest in Fantastic Four, pick this one up. I mean, it's worth it.
Definitely is.
Yeah, and hopefully this will be a good sign of things to come for this franchise.
Yeah, I'm a bit biased about it because I've always been a Fantastic Four fan, but it definitely is worth it.
Oh yeah, and also I got another one more thing to talk about.
Go ahead.
It's a movie.
Yeah, this is what I want to hear.
Yeah, I got to see Spike Lee's BlacKkKlansman over the weekend, and I saw it at the Warwick Showcase Cinema, Quaker Lane, and I went with my girlfriend. We were the only two black people in the whole theater.
Get out. For that movie?
Yeah, for that movie, it was just middle-aged and old white people packed that theater, and we were the only two black people in that theater watch that movie. And it was bizarre, but it was actually kind of cool because, all right, y'all get to watch something that's maybe out of your comfort zone, I guess. Maybe you're Spike Lee fans. Maybe you're Trump supporters. I don't know, but, well, if you're Trump, well, why would you be there? But
Klansman.
Yeah. I mean, so for those who are unfamiliar, no, BlacKkKlansman is not the Clayton Bigsby story from the Chappelle Show. No, it is an awesome. It is an awesome film directed by Spike Lee, and it is a true return to form. Like this is like his first great movie in about, like I'd say, like 15 years.
What would you say his last one was?
25th Hour.
Okay,
Yeah.
I've seen that one.
Like Inside Man in 2006 was very, very good. I really like Inside Man, but his
With
last,
Denzel?
yeah, Denzel and Clive Owen.
Clive Owen. I'm thinking
Yeah.
Colin. I don't know. I was thinking. No, you know what it was? I was thinking Colin Farrell in the movie Phone Booth.
Yeah,
And I think those movies came out around the same time.
Oh no, Phone Booth came out in 2003, and Inside Man came out 3 years later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, BlacKkKlansman, man, this is a great movie, and Spike Lee directed it, and he co-wrote it, and this film stars John David Washington as Ron Stallworth. Ron Stallworth, he was a real-life detective, a police officer for the Colorado Springs Police Department in Colorado. And Ron Stallworth was a guy who managed to, along with his white partner, Flip Zimmerman, played by Adam Driver, they managed to infiltrate the Ku Klux Klan. And Ron Stallworth manages to. It's a two-part operation, so it's such a bizarre case that it's actually true. And the film BlacKkKlansman is based on Ron Stallworth's 2014 memoir of the same name. And the whole thing was, Stallworth he was trying to infiltrate one of the local chapters of the Klan, and so it was a two-part operation. So he, being a rookie, he managed to call the local Klan leader on the phone and he managed to like pose as a white disgruntled dude who wanted to join the Klan.
My God, did somebody did they have to do a voiceover?
No, it wasn't like Sorry to Bother You where a white actor had to dub his voice. No, he just spoke in like an exaggerated white guy, slightly exaggerated white guy voice, and he managed to convince the clan leader that he was in. And so for the face-to-face part of the investigation, that's when Adam Driver's character came in as Flip Zimmerman, who's this Jewish guy who has to actually meet the Klansman in person and has to pose as Ron Stallworth. And they're trying to expose and quash some violent terrorist activities that this clan clan chapter is planning. And it is such a dope movie, man. Like just the writing of the movie, like the dialogue, and just like how everything comes together. And what was so dope about this movie was kind of like how it touches on like the concept of passing, if you will. Like not only the concept of passing, like not only as like white or whatever, but also passing as not only as a clan member, passing undercover. And what I found really intriguing was Adam Driver's character in this movie, where he's a guy who was raised Jewish but non-practicing. So for him, like he doesn't really think anything of it. And for him, it's like, you know, at first he doesn't feel like he has any skin in the game against the Klan, because it's like, well, you know, I mean, I'm a white dude, I'm not racist, but what do I care? But as he's going undercover in person with the Klan, and they're making all these anti-Semitic remarks against Jews and whatnot, like he starts to feel a certain way. It's like, man, it's like I come home and I think about this shit now. It's like I don't know what to feel, man. So it's like he has to come to terms with his Jewish identity and how that clashes with the Klan. And Ron Stallworth has to keep the ruse up over the phone while like following his partner from a distance to make sure he's not in danger, like taking pictures of the Klan members that he's meeting in person. And there's this one dude, this guy named Felix, who's this really scary ass Klan member who he was instantly suspicious of Flip Zimmerman. He kind of sniffs him out like, yo, I don't really believe that you are what you say you are, but the leader vouches for you. But he's just like this really borderline cartoonish, like this insane person. Like, he has wild eyes, and he's just like I hate Jews. I want to eat him for breakfast. I want to kill him. Like that's how he looks all the time, and that's how he sounds.
How he looks. Oh, he sounds like that. Did he say stuff like that?
Pretty much.
Jesus.
And his wife is this this rotund white woman, who's like this like
sturdy gal.
Yeah, who's like this happy-go-lucky white woman who likes to bake cookies, and but she's not too fond of those Negroes. Like that's how she comes off as. And it's like you could tell, like when you look at her, you can tell like, oh, she clearly does not season her food, but also
raisins.
Yeah, raisins in the potato salad. Come on now, and walnuts. But also you have
I hate walnuts.
Yeah, I like walnuts. I like walnuts just fine. But
not in food.
Yeah,
walnuts by themselves.
By themselves, or in certain desserts, like maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like ice cream or something. All right.
Yeah, and also John David Washington, man, Denzel's kid. Yo, he's got a bright future, man.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Ballers is out. The new season of Ballers is out, so I gotta catch that.
Oh, he's in that too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, John David Washington, man. I didn't know this. He was a former football player.
Yeah, he did. He played overseas in the Europe League.
Okay, nice. So yeah, man, he definitely has some charisma. He's very likable, and he as he's investigating, he also meets this other woman named Patrice who's played by Laura Harrier, and she's like this president of this black student union chapter, and she looks exactly like a young Angela Davis, like with the fro. And like the face and everything, it was like Spike Lee got into a time machine and asked young Angela Davis if she wanted to come forward to 2018 to star in his movie.
Really?
Yeah, like she looked like this spitting image, and she was really cool. Like her character was interesting.
Well, that's a passion project. You know, that
passion project.
Yeah, I would consider something like that a passion project when they like really go into like details of like certain aspects, especially if something that's like based on a true story and stuff. Like they make sure they get like every detail possible, and then they just like everything has to be 100%. Unlike a DC film, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I had to. I had to throw a little bit of shade in there.
But yeah, man. But he was great, and also, my God, Topher Grace.
I was waiting for that.
Topher Grace as David Duke. Like
that's the
David Duke. He was the I think it was the Grand Wizard.
Yeah, that's what they call him.
Yeah, of the KKK.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Yeah, on the national level, and he was, and oh my God, there's a scene where David Duke. This is how stupid that guy is. He has a conversation with Stallworth on the phone, John David Washington's character, and he's like, I can tell when I'm talking to a black person on the phone, and Stallworth's like, really, how? And then David Duke is like, the way black people pronounce the word R, they pronounce it ara. See, when they pronounce it, when they hear that ara, that's when I know I'm talking to a nigger. And then Stallworth's like, really? It's like, yeah, you can always tell. And it's like, and I'm just dying laughing because it's like, he doesn't know he's talking to a black dude.
Yeah, like, that would bother me. First of all, I can't stand the N-word. But it's like, Eric Foreman saying it?
Yeah. Like,
that would sit with me the wrong way.
But I will say that he played the role well, and what made it even funnier was that apparently the real David Duke, he got offended at his portrayal.
Shut up, really?
Because he said that BlacKkKlansman, the movie, made him look like a doofus. Made him look buffoonish.
He's a Klansman, so I mean kind of comes with the territory.
You are. When you spit hate and ignorance, what do you think? You're not going to come off looking like Albert Einstein. But
that is true.
Yeah. But yeah, man, there's a lot to go into, more so. But I will say, like, it's well edited, beautifully shot as well, by Barry Alexander Brown. He's Spike Lee's longtime editor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does great work here. And there's also a cameo by a living legend, which I won't spoil. You'll know him when you see him.
Oh man, okay, all right, good. Because now I really want to see it.
Yeah. So yeah, I will say, like, welcome back, Spike Lee, in terms of making great movies again. Like,
he has Jordan Peele he teamed up with Jordan Peele. So as of right now, like anything that Jordan Peele touches is gold.
Yeah, Jordan Peele, he's one of the executive producers of BlacKkKlansman, and I will say I highly recommend this film. It's one of my favorite films of this year. One of my favorite Spike Lee films. I put this right up there with some of his great stuff. Like
Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing.
School Days.
School Days, it's good. I wouldn't call it great.
You know, it was actually a Spike Lee movie that I actually enjoyed.
Yeah, which one?
She Hate Me.
I enjoyed that too.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought we was gonna argue for a sec.
Like I will say this about She Hate Me real quick. It's a movie that should not work at all, but Spike Lee's so talented that he makes it work. Like,
yeah.
Like, I will say, like, if you're not familiar with She Hate Me, it stars Anthony Mackie and Kerry Washington. Anthony Mackie, he plays a whistleblower who gets fired from his job, and he has to make ends meet by becoming a gigolo, a man whore, by impregnating a bunch of lesbians who want kids, but they want his kids, so it's like $10,000 a pop. And yeah, it's a bizarre movie.
It is.
It shouldn't work. I should be offended by it somehow, but it still works.
Offended? I wouldn't say offended, but it was so weird. It was just so weird. And then there was like one scene where it's like, where they actually show like conception, and Paula Jai Parker's in that too.
Yeah.
And then like whenever they like show the sperm, it had his head in the tail. I was just like, this is so weird.
It is,
but it's like really enjoyable.
Yeah. So She Hate Me, I would recommend that. Like, just watch it and let us know what you think. But
please do. Codex Pride Podcast at gmail.com. Please do.
Yeah, so watch that, and also definitely watch BlacKkKlansman. Definitely worth seeing twice. I might go see it again this weekend.
She Hate Me should be in the Criterion Collection.
Oh man, but yeah, BlacKkKlansman in theaters now. Highest recommendation. Go check it out.
That would be too recent to be considered a Criterion, right?
Not necessarily. It's rare, but sometimes Criterion puts some brand new films on their collection.
Oh, okay.
Like they did it with Benjamin Button.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what, 15 years old? Like,
No,
that came out
10
20?
years old actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait, yeah, it came out like on Blu-ray soon after the theatrical release, and it was on the Criterion collection. I'm like, oh, cool, nice.
Did you get it?
Yeah, I have it. It's one of my it's still my favorite David Fincher film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know your favorite David Lynch film.
Well, that's David Lynch. Well, I'm David Fincher.
All right.
Yeah, he directed Benjamin Button. It's my favorite film of his.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, BlacKkKlansman. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got on my end. Should we get into some headlines and?
Well, thanks for telling me what I've been up to.
Oh yeah, what have you been up to, man?
Okay, well, I
Stuff.
finally finished the Marvel 1602 story arc that was written in 2003, written by Neil Gaiman and art by Andy Kubert and Richard Iasone. Iasone? I'm pretty sure I'm saying that wrong. It's actually pretty good. It's a pretty decent story. It's a really good story. I picked it up I got it on the Marvel app for like $3. It was just like on sale.
Oh, nice.
So I'm like,
Great
and
price.
it was this they just had a collection sale for like a couple of days, and then I just saw it for like $3. I'm like, you know what? It's an interesting story arc. It's about it's basically the Marvel heroes that we know and love today, but it's set back into the Elizabethan period.
Yeah.
So like, and then a mysterious force comes in threatening to destroy the world, and our heroes are fighting to save it.
Yeah.
So I mean, but yet there's like name changes and stuff. Like there's Peter Parker.
Parquar.
Yeah, it's spelled Parquuagh.
Yep.
Matthew Murdock. Rogers, which is spelled Rojhaz. If you can guess who that is,
Oh yeah.
that's Captain America. He's actually a blonde Indian who's actually sent to protect Virginia Dare, and who was a historical figure. And she actually has powers too. Whereas like whenever she gets scared, she turns into like whatever like white creature. That's pretty funny seeing how we was just talking about BlacKkKlansman. But yeah, you can turn into like any a wolf, a bear, whatever. Also, and then there's Carlos Javier,
Yep.
Charles Xavier.
That's right. Yep.
So, and then also Sir Nicholas Fury, Dr. Stephen Strange, which is names that you really can't like change and all that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a very interesting story arc, just like the Marvel universe in the Elizabethan period. I actually recommend you do pick it up. Like I said, it's on the Marvel app. I think you can still get it for cheap. I think they did extend the sale.
Yeah.
And then also I picked up the Spider-Man Annual #1, which is written by Brian Edward Hill and art by Mark Bagley and Nelson Blake II. And it's basically it's a story of Miles Morales, and a Skrull invasion happens, and Miles basically has to choose whether does his powers come with great responsibility. Does he use his powers or not?
Okay. The eternal struggle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, very simple story, but it was a nice little fun read.
Okay.
So but then that's pretty much it. That's all the nerd stuff that I've been up to. It's so sad.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
Adult life is overrated.
It sure is. It sure is. But you know, we do what we do what we must.
Yeah.
And speaking of doing what we must, let's give a shout out to our sponsor once again before getting into the news and headlines, Studio Headphones.
Yes, Studio Headphones. You can just go to studio.com, use the promo code Codex to get 15% off your purchase. Not only do they have these wonderful region designs, but there's also they're Bluetooth compatible.
Yep.
But yet they have earbuds, wireless, and with the wire. All different colors, custom made, Scandinavian design.
Yep.
Free shipping within the U.S. So yes, go to studio.com and use your promo code Codex to get 50% off of your purchase.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Beautiful headphones, man. Beautiful sound.
Yeah, I used them DJing a couple of weeks ago. Like, it was dope.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man. Got some news and headlines here. Just a few things that we'll get into. First, some sad news, unfortunately, in the wrestling world.
Ugh.
The passing of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, who died yesterday, after falling and hitting his head at home in a freak accident. He was only 63 years old. Neidhart was a two-time WWF Tag Team Champion with Bret Hart and was a member of the Hart Foundation. The original, yep. He's also the father of WWE wrestler Natalya and father-in-law of former WWE wrestler Tyson Kidd. Neidhart is survived by his wife Ellie and 3 children.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife, I'm sorry.
Okay, but yeah, it's just tragic. I've actually had the pleasure of meeting Jim Neidhart. He actually stepped on my foot too. But very polite though when he apologized for. Unlike Cena, freaking asshole.
Aw.
Yeah, wrestlers have a thing of stepping on my feet for some reason. But yeah, and I actually had that picture autographed by Bret and Jimmy Hart. If you actually go on my social media, on my Instagram at Mr. Byrd 1027, you can find that picture there. Yeah. And he was the only signature I needed, and I would have had the original Hart Foundation.
Oh man.
And that was the only one, and it'll never happen.
Damn.
I drove to New York to meet them too.
Wow, man. That must have been really cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It really was. That was a fun time. That was definitely a fun time. Like, it was the first time I got to like I just sat and I actually talked to him, even though I was in a line. But it was a surreal moment. Mm-hmm. But if Bret Hart, I tell you one thing, if Bret Hart does come back, I'm getting some glasses. He's signing them bitches and putting them on my damn face. That was one thing I always wanted as a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And he did that it was Ringside Fest, 2007. Mm-hmm. Because Bret signed it 10 years to the day. Mm-hmm. Like a day late. Yeah. But yes, he did that for a fan there, and I'm just like, I hate that kid. As a matter of fact, every time Bret did that, I hated every single little kid that he did that to.
Man, but it's for the kids, though.
I was a kid. I wanted those damn Bret Hart glasses. But still, but even then, just Jim Neidhart was like that. He was the muscle. Mm-hmm. And then Bret, was the technicality and stuff. And it just and it worked well. So together. Remember they mentioned last night their classic match with Demolition at SummerSlam '90. Mm-hmm. Their classic battles with the original British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid.
Yep.
And now Bret is he's the sole surviving member of the Hart Foundation.
Yeah, man.
If you don't count Jimmy Hart.
Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. I remember, I think either you or somebody posted it on the Wrestling Fantasy Warfare page on Facebook. Yeah. It's the picture of the Hart Foundation with their arms raised, hand in hand, and it's all black and white except for Bret. Yeah. Bret's in color. And I watched it, I'm like, oh, man, that hit home.
It did. Yeah, not to mention Jim Neidhart was a former Dallas Cowboy.
Oh, really? He was?
Yeah. Yeah, and he also played for the Raiders, too.
Wow.
What's going on, Nick Thomas?
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. Gone way too soon, man.
Yeah, definitely. It was a nice speech by Rhonda, too. Mm-hmm. Last night's Raw.
Oh, I didn't
even
get to
see
that.
She was kind of freaked out because there was a bat flying in the arena.
Oh, man. But yeah, man. Rest in peace, Jim Neidhart, man. Man. One of the greats in the tag team division back in the day. And got some other news here to segue. The Academy announces a new popular film Oscar category. I got some words about this.
Yeah, let's go. All right, let's go in. We got time.
Yeah. Last Tuesday, the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences announced that they will introduce a new Oscar category for outstanding achievement professionals and audiences. With some outlets opining that the popular film Oscar is a preemptive move designed to avoid Black Panther getting snubbed for Best Picture by giving it and other popular movies its own separate category. I'll have more of that in a bit.
Waiting for it.
Yeah,
I was waiting for it, John, upon it. Keep reading. We're gonna go in.
The Academy also announced 2 more changes to next year's 91st annual Oscars. One is making the ceremony a 3-hour telecast, with some categories being announced during commercial breaks. These categories will then be edited and presented later on in the broadcast like a highlight reel of sorts.
Okay.
And the second change is moving the 2020 Oscars to an earlier start date from late February to the beginning of March, all the way back to February 9th of 2020. The reason why these changes are coming, or a big reason, is because this year's 90th Oscars, which broadcast this past March, was the lowest rated telecast in the award show's history.
That explains it.
With 26.5 million viewers.
That explains it. Because did I watch the Oscars? No, I think I was like working or something.
Yeah. John Haponic says in regards to the popular film Oscar category, he says, now your Marvel movies are guaranteed a nomination. Well, I think I have some words about this popular film category.
Unfortunately, well, your point is they will.
Yeah.
Because DC will not get any nominations.
True. Except for makeup and hairstyling. I think that the popular film category is misguided. I mean, even though the Oscars they haven't announced any full details of what the category will entail, but from what I gather, it sounds like it's just creating a separate but equal category from the Best Picture, and we all know how loaded separate but equal is. And I think it's a misguided move by the Oscars part by creating a separate category, because it's like you raise a lot of problematic questions. One, it's like, okay, so are you saying that the popular films aren't the best movies of the year? And are you saying that the Best Picture nominees aren't popular? Like, do you see like how?
But then there are
you get
still
into that
some
trap?
movies that like that were popular, but they get no recognition. Like the Oscars, they highlight like a lot of movies that just nobody really sees.
I think that it's yeah. John Havana says that it's an award for the mouth breathers. Hello, Transformers Criterion Edition. No. But yeah.
I would, if that was to ever happen, I will buy that for you for Christmas.
Oh God.
And I will take a picture of you holding it.
I'll use it as a paperweight at a doorstop.
That's freaking. That's rude.
I'm just letting you know.
That's rude.
I'm just letting you know.
That means nobody. Monet, don't buy Victor shit for Christmas.
I mean, if it's Transformers on Criterion, first of all, that would just make my heart bleed. But I mean, the popular film Oscar. I mean, first of all, on the one hand, yeah, I can understand like the reasoning behind it to get more viewers in, like to highlight the so-called popcorn films, like like your Black Panthers, which is more than worthy of a Best Picture nomination.
Definitely.
Mission Impossible, Fallout, Avengers: Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and others, and other big budget films, The Meg, but
that's Big Jaws.
Yeah, Big Jaws, basically. You know what? If it was called Big Jaws, I would have seen it. I would have gone.
Honestly, you know where that whole thing, Big Jaws, came from. That was an episode of Family Guy where Peter tried to pitch a movie, and he says, "Okay, yeah, we got Jaws, but now we got Big Jaws. And part 3 will be a bigger Jaws." I'm like,
you know what? I can get with that.
Yeah, that's the Meg.
Yeah, the Meg was. It's like the direct.
Meg.
Shut up, Meg. But yeah, the popular film Oscar, I don't think it's necessary because if the Oscars are trying to get bigger ratings, get more people to watch their telecast,
have a good host. Well, I mean, we had some good hosts. Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel's good.
Yeah.
Chris Rock.
Yeah.
Did it a couple of times.
Yep. Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
But like, if you're coming up with a popular film Oscar, like, ironically, if you're trying to get ratings by having that Oscar, it's not going to really work as well as you think it will, because if you look at like the People's Choice Awards or like the MTV Movie Awards, they don't get big ratings. They get decent ratings, but
VMAs does all right.
Or the VMAs.
It's gonna be weird. VMAs are gonna be on a Monday this year.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, like those populist awards ceremonies or award shows, like they get decent ratings, but they don't get like monumental ratings like the Oscars want. So this popular film is not going to really do much for them.
Yeah, well, Eddie said it's a sad attempt to get younger viewers, and that's also a thing too.
I agree.
Like, I don't know any millennials who watch the Oscars.
Yeah, like unless like any casual like moviegoers, like if you're like a film buff, like film buffs watch the Oscars, like myself included, you know. And
That's your Super Bowl.
yeah, pretty much, you know. And I will say like the Oscars, like they've gotten it right for Best Picture. Like this decade, they've gotten it right almost all the time. Like Birdman, Spotlight, Moonlight. Damn, Moonlight's the best Picture film of this decade, in my opinion, so far. Shape of Water. What else? The Artist. Yo, the Oscars get it right all the time. Like more often than not. Like 9 times out of 10, I say like 9 times out of 10 they get it right for Best Picture.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Get Out won Oscar. Get Out won Best Original Screenplay.
Okay, I was like, they didn't win Best Picture.
No, it was nominated. Though.
Nominated, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. What beat Get Out?
Shape of Water.
Right.
Yeah.
So out of soon to be 91, we'll just go 90 for now.
Yeah.
Of Best Pictures,
Yeah.
of the Best Picture winners,
Yeah.
how many of them have you seen?
All of them. I've seen all 90.
I believe it.
Yeah. I've seen all 90. And what's funny was the reason why was because like back in 2011, I made an attempt to see all the Best Picture winners at that time was because my dad and we were going to Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that, well, in case we die in a fiery plane crash, I want to see all the Best Picture Oscar winners before I potentially go. And that's why I did it.
Pessimistic motherfucker.
And that's why I did it. So yeah. It was well worth it though. Movie binging.
Like you literally just did like one day or like
a series of days like I took time out of my week to watch like one after another, just banging them out 3 or 4 a day, pumping them out.
Do you own them all?
I own like just under half of them. Yeah, because there's some of them.
That'd be a dope collection to have.
Yeah, some of them I'm still waiting on, waiting to get around to get. Others are good, but not good enough to add to my collection.
Are they like easy? Are they accessible?
Oh yeah, they are. Yeah, all of them are now. Yeah. And some of them are just plain bad. It's like no thanks.
Really?
Yeah, some of them are bad. Like for example, or just boring. Like for example, Chariots of Fire, which it's like a movie about. It's a true story about these British Olympic runners. Like you like. Growing up, we've all heard the theme song or the theme music to Chariots of Fire. It's like dun, 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 dun. Like the soundtrack is great, but that movie was boring. It put me to sleep. Like I had to power through that movie.
Didn't see it.
Well, I had to pause it. I took a cat nap for an hour, woke up, and watched the rest of it. But that movie was dull as dishwater. But the soundtrack was so
dull
good.
as dish. Damn, now I gotta stop swearing.
Yeah.
My mom's what? Hey, ma.
Yeah. But yeah, other movies like Greatest Show on Earth, that was weak.
Greatest Show on Earth.
Yeah, it's like the movie about the circus. I think it was Barnum and Bailey. Was it Barnum and Bailey?
It's the only circus anybody cares about.
Yeah, it was a movie about.
Oh, and the Universal Circus I actually went to like years ago.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, Greatest Show on Earth wasn't so great. Around the World in 80 Days, it was just a 3-hour cameo reel. Yeah, of the most popular actors of that time. Like, oh look, Frank Sinatra. Oh look, David Niven. It's like, wow, this movie's boring. So yeah, I don't have all the Best Picture winners, I should say. But yeah, like more often than not, the Oscars do get it right, and I think a popular film Oscar is not going to do it. And I think that like it's like an insult in a way to Black Panther, because it's like, oh, Black Panther, you're good enough for the blockbuster popcorn munching Oscar, but you're not good enough for the Best Picture Oscar.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much a guarantee that Black Panther will be in there, but it's like we don't know if Black Panther is going to get any other nominees yet, because they don't release their nominees till what?
Until January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say November.
Yeah. I think November's for Golden Globes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I think the popular film Oscar it's only going to cause more controversy than not, because like it's like oh it's going to be the popcorn Oscar, it's going to be the superhero film Oscar, so it's like a segregated category, separate but equal, and it's like, and do you really want to pull that on Black Panther of all films? I don't think so, man. It's just going to blow up in the Academy's face, and
okay, that point, yeah, that could happen.
Yeah, and like. I want to see like a film like Black Panther win some major Oscars. That, you know, if it deserves it, if the rest of the year.
God, if Black Panther wins Best Picture, Ooh, John Aponic, you better not tune in.
Oh man, like
Oh, he's getting it.
I would rub it in John Haponic's face.
He's getting it.
Yeah.
They should have just made best comic book movie.
Yeah, might as well.
It's kind of trending. I mean, come on, we got Jared Leto getting ready to play Morbius.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very iffy about that. He could make it work. I guess is he trying to be like the next Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp would have been a better Morbius.
He would have. Yeah, I agree. As much as he loves costumes and makeup,
Johnny Depp is $1 million cosplayer.
he is.
That's
I agree. You know what?
Let's just call a spade a spade. It is what it is. He is $1 million cosplayer.
You know what? No lies detected there. Like Pirates of the Caribbean, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, The Lone Ranger, Black Mass.
It amazes me how they took somebody like him.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's pretty much, he's like a little pretty boy.
Yeah, he is.
And they made him look like Whitey Bulger.
Yeah. That was almost scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Crimes of Grindelwald. Blow. Yep. Carl. No, not Carl Jung. I'm thinking of the psychologist. George Young, right?
George Young.
George Young, yep.
That was such a good movie.
That was. And,
Black Panther should win Best Pick, but won't, and we all know why.
Yeah. I mean,
Wait, did Moonlight have a black director?
yeah, it did. But it didn't win Best Director that year.
Oh, okay.
But it won Best Picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like the popular film Oscar, like I said, doesn't need to be there. But I mean, because it's just pandering, and it's just going to cause more problems for the Academy in the long run. But yeah, we'll see how it shakes out. We'll see which movies get nominated. I will say though, is Bumblebee coming out this year?
Is what?
Bumblebee, is it coming out this year?
I think it's next year.
Next year, okay. Like, cause I will say, like, if I see a Transformers movie get nominated and win popular film,
Oh, that's gonna be comedy. That rant is going to be coming. Let me actually just double check though.
I mean, no, thank you, no, thank you. So get it together, Oscars.
No, that's actually coming out. It's coming out next year. I mean, this year.
This year, oh my God! If Bumblebee wins popular film, the popular film Oscar, a Transformers movie, I'm gonna throw my remote at my television. I'll break that shit.
Yeah. You overdue for a 4K anyway.
I don't need him. 4K is a scam. Save your money. Got some other movie news here as well.
You shut your face.
MoviePass.
Shut your face.
More MoviePass
Shut your
news.
face.
You know, MoviePass has become the
The
Dallas.
shut your face.
Listen, it has become the
Shut your face.
Dallas
The shut your
Cowboys
face.
of movie subscription services. But what I mean by that is that MoviePass they were formerly big
your
winners,
face.
and now they're chronic losers.
Shut your face.
That's what I mean.
Had a winning season like the past 2 seasons.
And have they won the Super Bowl? How many Super Bowls have they won this year? Oh, last year and the year before. Exactly. So anyway, MoviePass has been
You
introduced.
sound like a Patriot fan.
Eh,
Yeah, I compared you to them.
How dare you, sir?
I compared you to them.
I'm not a Dell's lemonade drinking mouth breather. Okay, I'm not a Patriots fan. I don't own a dusty ass Tom Brady jersey. Okay, I don't fantasize about that man every night and day during the season.
Keep
okay?
roasting.
I'm not some Patriots fan that likes to drink coffee milk and
You drink coffee milk though, don't you?
No, not really.
All right.
And worship at the altar of Tom Brady like he's the second and third coming of Jesus Christ come down to earth. All right? I don't worship cheaters, okay? I don't justify cheating and breaking the rules and circumventing regulations to win the game by saying, "Oh, everybody does it." I am not a Patriots fan. So don't you ever compare me to a Patriots fan, Carl.
Stop sounding like one then.
Oh yeah. But anyway, so Eddie Ortiz
You know what? You shut your face too. And you can keep read on the damn headline.
Well, I'll read the headline, but I want to read this comment real quick.
No,
Eddie,
you don't.
Eddie says,
No, you-
so MoviePass keeps making promises that they can't follow through on, just like the Cowboys. Ooh, burn.
Nick Thomas, ain't you a Chargers fan?
Are they bad? Yeah. Okay. Nick Thomas says, dudes ain't won since like 96. Tony Romo, LOL. Anyway, MoviePass, getting to them. They have been introducing and reversing changes to its crumbling service in the last several weeks. from proposing a price hike from $9.95 to $14.99 to reneging on that, to restricting members to only 3 movies a month, to changing it from 3 movies to 2 movies a month, and now MoviePass members in some markets have complained that the app has restricted them to only 2 specific movies to choose from: Mission Impossible Fallout and Slender Man.
Just bury it. It's done.
It's
It's done. Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of users have complained that, like, as they try to log into the app, MoviePass only restricted them to not only Mission Impossible Fallout and Slender Man, but only restricted them to evening shows late at night. So like 10 o'clock,
It's
11 o'clock.
done. Just
Yeah.
like there's no point.
Yeah, they're hemorrhaging money. They're on their last legs. And on top of that, some users who have canceled their MoviePass memberships have discovered that the app re-enrolled them automatically into their new payment plan instead. So it's like, so apparently some users who have canceled MoviePass, they've gotten the email confirmation that, oh, sorry to see you go. And then if they log back into the app, and if they click on I accept for, like, I guess some, like, kind of like some disclaimer, then the app automatically re-enrolls them into MoviePass, so they have to cancel again to make sure that they don't get charged twice.
So did that happen to you?
Hopefully not. I'm gonna.
Yeah, you better look into that.
Yeah.
You end up paying an extra $15,
Yeah.
even though you initially paid $9.99 a month.
Yeah. So yeah, MoviePass, they're going the way of disco, man. They're on their last legs, and the wheels have fallen off, like I said, and they just gotta tap out. You know, they gotta tap out like Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. We all remember that match. What was
You
it?
didn't tap out.
He tapped out, but the timekeeper called it way too early. I think it was a 2015.
Oh wait,
SummerSlam.
the SummerSlam match.
Yeah, I think it was 2015 or 2016. I forget which one. But yeah, man. Eddie Ortiz says MoviePass sounds just like the Cowboys season, and Nick Thomas says 2-14. Damn, really?
No.
2 wins, 14 losses. Really?
We went 9-7 last year.
Oh, it must have.
And the year before that, we went 13-3.
Must have been a reference to an earlier season, but
Not in recent history.
well, in any case, MoviePass needs to just throw in the towel.
They do.
Fold up their doors.
Like,
man.
it was a fun concept while it lasted.
Yeah, it was. It was like MoviePass. Like I said, it changed the game. Like in terms of like movie going, and
It brought people back to the movies.
Yep, like AMC did their thing. AMC's doing their thing with the Stubbs A-list. Cinemia is another alternative, which I believe right now it's like 3 movies a month for like $15 a month. But Cinemia sounds a little janky to me. And I think there's one called Cinemark, but that's for only Cinemark theaters. But there's no Cinemark theaters in New England, so.
Cinemark, no, I never even heard of them.
Yeah. So I'm hoping Showcase Cinemas can do their own subscription service, or hopefully that's in the works, because they would have a good example to follow from MoviePass and AMC A-List without the flaws. So I'm hoping that Showcase Cinemas does have a subscription service in the future. And MoviePass, like I said, y'all were good while y'all lasted, but y'all flamed out, man.
Hard.
Yeah.
Hard. Where they had to take, what was it, a $5 million loan?
Yeah.
And you know, and one thing I learned too is like, MoviePass is coming out with a movie starring Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah.
I saw somebody tweet him like, "This is where my money went to."
And then, they were trying to big up that movie Gotti with John Travolta, which came out in June. It has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's wow, really?
Yeah, I think it's still at 0 on Rotten Tomatoes, and yeah, it wasn't a good look. So MoviePass, it's like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer he's like trying to roast a pig, and it's like for some reason the pig ends up flying in the air. He's like, it's airborne, it's still good, and then it lands on the floor and lands in the mud. He goes, oh, it's still good, it's still good. It's gone. I know. Yeah. Let's see. Eddie Ortiz says he misses the $1 theater on Chalkstone Ave.
Wow.
Oh, Castle Cinema?
That's back.
That's taking it back like almost 20 years ago, man. Yeah.
Oh, wait, I didn't go to that.
I went
I remember it. I remember the Park Ave one.
Yeah.
That's where I went to go see Batman and Robin.
Oh, jeez. Man. Nick Thomas says that in regards to the Cowboys season.
It will not be 2-14.
Well, hey, place your bets, man. Hopefully they got to draft some good players, and you know.
We got something decent.
Yeah.
We got a younger squad, so.
Well, I for one will be taking a knee on this season. Will you be taking a knee?
Nah.
You're gonna be watching the NFL?
I will. I never watched the anthem. I came. You want to know what was the only time I watched the national anthem is like when they show it on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like we're still talking over it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But like other than that, with like because we usually we go to a buddy's house and we watch NFL Red Zone.
Yeah.
So by the time Red Zone starts, all that national anthem stuff is like done.
Yeah.
It's straight to the game.
Yep. Straight to the game.
So we don't even we don't even bother with it.
Yeah. That's cool. You know, straight to the CTE action, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro wrestling is also CTE action. Selective outrage.
I think that's overblown, but
It's happened.
it's happened. But okay, Chris Benoit, notwithstanding, pro wrestling is not as popular, and it doesn't have a strong cultural footprint as NFL. So you know, it's okay.
Yeah, speaking of which, like I actually went back and listened to that talking because I listened to an old episode because I was like cleaning or something. No, I was like packing and stuff. But podcasts just help my days just go by so fast. Like when I have to do a task, I'm like zoned out and everything. Best thing I listen to when I'm shoveling snow. But anyways, I was listening to one. So I was listening to one of our old ones, and shout out to former host Maurice. He recommended the episode of Talk of Jericho with Chris Benoit's sister-in-law talking on it.
Oh yeah, I did listen to that.
That was good.
That was.
It was heavy, but it was good.
Yeah, that was really insightful too. It was like, man. Yeah.
But anyways, moving on to more.
Moving on to some more stuff. Speaking of wrestling, WWE's 2K19. This year's 2K19 showcase will be Daniel Bryan.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna follow his career. So you'll be playing as him in that showcase mode. So
And Ric Flair Woo edition.
Oh, I get to play.
Which is, oh my God, like I'm still thinking about like pre-ordering that, just because of all the stuff that it comes with.
Does it come with a free robe?
A piece of his authentic robe.
Okay.
Hold on, while I'll look that up.
Yeah, man. Yeah, those. I mean, the 2K19 games, like I said, like I really want to see, like the Aki Corporation, come back and develop some new wrestling games.
Yeah, I mean those games can definitely be better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it includes. Why can't I zoom in?
So the Woo edition of the.
All right,
2K19.
it's the WWE 2K19 Deluxe Edition. Comes with a WWE 2K19 Season Pass, 2K19 Woo Edition digital bonus digital content, Ronda Rousey and Rey Mysterio's playable characters, exclusive WWE Supercard content. Supercard may not be available in all territories. I said that just like a commercial. Exclusive individually numbered Hall of Fame replica ring. Exclusive commemorative plaque featuring a piece of a robe worn by Ric Flair.
Okay.
An exclusive style and profile and Ric Flair Funko doll.
Wow. Okay. And how much is it going for?
$130.
$130. All right. If you're balling out of control, man, you're a 2K fan.
Or just pre-order. Or and then also exclusive playable Hall of Famers, 80s inspired Roddy Piper, Dusty Rhodes, and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Exclusive playable characters, which is Macho Man Randy Savage from WrestleMania 8 and The Undertaker from 2002. Exclusive playable arena, which is the Starrcade 1983 arena.
old school with it.
Exclusive in-game attire from Ric Flair's WrestleMania 24 robe and Charlotte Flair's WrestleMania 32 robe, which was literally that exact robe just cut up.
Nice.
I was like, that's a waste. I was like, that robe should be like in a museum.
Yeah.
Okay, all the stuff that I mentioned, exclusive premium packaging. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Nice.
It comes with a lot.
Yeah, it comes
That's
a
a
lot.
lot. It sounds worth it.
It's a lot of swag.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But I tell you one thing though, when they do the Undertakers, I'm balling out. I don't give a damn how much it costs.
Yeah, I wonder what it will come with though. Like maybe a piece of his hat, or like the gloves, like
Yeah, maybe like a little urn or something.
replacement hip, dentures,
You're dead.
you're
You're the worst.
can of Bengay,
You're the worst.
a life alert.
You're the worst.
Oh
Remember,
God.
his best matches were in his later years.
I will say
25 and 26.
well, the Shawn Michaels, yeah, absolute best. I will
The
say
Triple H ones weren't bad.
the Triple H ones were great too. I'll say that
28 was better though. The Hell in a Cell, end of an era.
yeah,
That should have been the end.
Yeah, I agree. I will say that Undertaker's last great match was with CM Punk.
WrestleMania 29. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. After that, it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
it should have ended at end of an era. Because that moment at the end when they were at the stage was just awesome.
Yeah, that's true. And also while we're on the wrestling tip, shout outs to the UWO podcast, getting into SummerSlam and NXT predictions.
Yeah, they issued a challenge for us, but it's like you like to say I'm like it's kind of the same thing. I was like they kind of took my picks.
Well, they took your picks. I think I may have some different picks.
Well, we'll run through it and
yeah.
then they'll remind us. And also, speaking of UWO
Mm-hmm.
and challenges,
Yep.
the challenge was accepted
Okay.
between Kyle and myself.
Okay.
So right now we're just gonna organize something for a time and a place. Whether and how are we gonna do this? Maybe it would be some exclusive YouTube content, or actually make an event out of it.
I like that. And is there a stipulation for the loser?
I'm okay with going with the habanero pepper.
Yeah.
Eddie wants to look for some ghost peppers.
Don't, Eddie. Don't. You don't know what you're saying. I'm telling you right now, don't eat a ghost pepper.
Have you eaten a ghost pepper?
No, and I don't need to. I've seen enough YouTube videos of that shit.
The
I'm
toe
like
of Satan.
the what?
Have you ever heard of the toe of Satan?
No, what's that?
It's like the world's hottest candy. You cannot physically touch it. It's a lollipop, and you cannot physically touch it. And the challenge of it is like you have to hold it in your mouth for 5 minutes. Oh, watch up, down, down.
Oh God. Yeah. I don't. I mean, I like spicy food. I like hot peppers, but I know my limit. Ghost peppers, no, that's for suicidal.
Yeah, Nick Thomas said he has, and it's the worst.
Yeah, that's for suicidal daredevils. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, man.
I don't think Kyle wants to do the habanero pepper either.
Yeah. But I think you guys will create something creative. Maybe a best of 7 series as well.
Yeah, that's what I have in mind. But
Yeah.
we definitely will be talking about it as the fellas from the UWO podcast will be back
Mm-hmm. Next week, next
next
Tuesday.
week as we go into our full-fledged SummerSlam weekend review.
Yep. And
I'd like to find those chips. Yeah, there is like the world's hottest chip. It's
Yeah.
literally one chip.
oh yeah, I've seen that, like the 1 chip challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, thank you. That's suicidal for me.
I'll have some fun.
No.
Gotta live.
Listen, man. Hey, you want to shit lava? That's on you. But
Yeah, but you want to know what? The story behind it will be timeless.
I don't know about that. Then you get ulcers.
No, you won't. All right.
Yeah, but anyway, here's some SummerSlam predictions. You said that they called UWO called all yours.
Who knows? Probably some will be different, but go ahead.
Yeah. So for me, I have some quick SummerSlam predictions.
Go ahead.
SummerSlam's next Sunday. The main event: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns.
Roman finally will do it.
Yes, Roman will get his 50th coronation, his 50th arrival. The big dog has arrived. The big pup has arrived. Bestow upon him this honor. And then Braun Strowman will cash in on his ass and take it from him, as it should happen. So I think that's what's going to happen. Roman Reigns is not going to hold that belt on for long. His Roman Reigns Universal Championship reign is going to be shorter than Finn Balor's. Count on it.
You know there's reigns that were shorter than that, right?
Who's?
Yokozuna?
Oh, yeah, WrestleMania 9. Because Hogan.
Andre the Giant?
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Oh, well. But it'll be as short as those, pretty much.
Seth Rollins?
Oh, yeah, when Roman was the champ, Seth beat him, and then it was Money in the Bank.
And then Dean cashed in.
Yeah. Next prediction, Alexa Bliss versus Ronda Rousey. You know what? I'm going to say Alexa Bliss still retains through some
Yeah, do a disqualification or something.
Yeah, because I think it's too early to give Ronda Rousey the
Definitely
belt.
too early for Ronda to get the title.
Yeah. And
They just put it up because it's SummerSlam. She's an attraction.
yeah, she's an attraction. And I think that if they put the belt on Ronda Rousey, the fans will turn on her like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I will say this, though. Wait, damn it. I done forgot my damn train of thought. Fucking motorcycle outside.
AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. I would love to see Samoa Joe win, but I think AJ's going to still keep it.
Yeah, but they're going to water that down.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. This match won't even touch their Impact work at all. Bludgeon Brothers versus the New Day Tag Team Championship. You know, it's hard to say.
Probably they'll give it to the new. I think they'll give it to the New Day.
Yeah.
New Day's just way too entertaining. They bring in way too much money.
I think it can go 50-50 either way, but I'm going to have to lean towards the Bludgeon Brothers. I think they're still going to keep the belts.
Good.
Yeah. Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. I think Strowman's winning that one.
Yeah.
Ziggler versus Seth Rollins for the Intercontinental Championship.
Ziggler because Dean's gonna turn on Seth.
I think so. I think Ziggler's going to retain. And speaking of Dean Ambrose, he came back looking jacked, man.
Yeah.
He got that Triple
But
H
I
look.
don't. But I was like, I could not recognize him. Shit, yesterday.
At first, when I looked at him, I'm like, is that?
Who the fuck is it? I'm like,
I'm like, oh shit, he's cosplaying as Triple H. He got the similar look, the closely shaved beard and the short hair and everything.
I said on the thread yesterday, I was like, yeah, he looks like an audience member with a pickup truck with skull in his bottom lip.
Yeah, man.
Probably does do that. A lot of wrestlers do that. Shit's gross though.
Yeah, but yeah, like Dean Ambrose looking jacked, looking ready to go, man. I like it. Carmella versus Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
Becky.
I got to go for Bex. I got to go for Becky Lynch. I mean, even though they might give it to Charlotte Flair, who, by the way, as much as I respect Charlotte Flair as a talent, I do like her. I'm a fan.
Overdone.
Overdone. I think that Charlotte Flair is becoming the Roman Reigns of the women's division.
Oh damn.
I really think so, and I think she's being shoved on our throats a little bit.
I think Adrian's a Charlotte Flair mark too.
Yeah. So
Hopefully he'll be on the show next week too. I think he said he's coming on.
yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Adrian and the UWO.
Oh man, I'm just gonna let them go.
Might as well.
Here's the microphone. Go. Make it happen. So I'm rooting for Becky Lynch to take the SmackDown Women's title. On the pre-show, unfortunately, because it should be on the main show, Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak for the Cruiserweight Championship.
As much as I love Ced, I'm going with Drew. Drew may take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Gulak on this one, like because Gulak's a damn good wrestler.
Yeah,
and
he's really showing his
yeah,
talent instead of the PowerPoint presentation. As entertaining as it was, like that's not 205 Live.
yeah. That was definitely a Vince.
205
thing.
Live, yeah, yes.
Yeah. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jeff Hardy for the U.S. Championship. I think Nakamura's still going to keep it. No reason to take it off him. Balor versus Corbin. I think Balor's going to win that. Maybe the
Really? Oh wait, you said Balor. Okay.
Yeah. Finn Balor's going to win it. Maybe the Demon will make a special appearance. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Next match, long anticipated. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, 1-on-1. I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan. they got to blow this match off. They just have to. And I think Bryan has to win this one just for the happy ending.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also on the pre-show, 2 more pre-show matches, Rusev and Lana.
Damn shame that it's on the pre-show.
Yeah, Rusev is too good for the pre-show, by the way. Yeah. Versus Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega, tag team match.
That shit's gonna be fire too. But I mean, I guess it's a match to make us watch the pre-show.
Yeah.
Because remember, what was that, a year or two ago? The New Day versus the Usos. It was the pre-show, and that shit was one of my favorite matches that year.
Yeah, that was the best match on the whole SummerSlam card. I'm gonna go with Andrade and Zelina to win this one.
Put them over a bit.
Yeah, put them over a bit. And Zelina Vega, she's a prime talent in the ring. Like her
Yeah, she is.
Her high flying skills are all that, and I dig her. And Lana, yeah, Lana, she's an attraction.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not expecting wrestling greatness. You're just expecting something entertaining. And
She's a 2005 diva.
Yeah,
just like that.
pretty much. And also, last but not least, we're talking about the Golden Lovers, a.k.a. the Young Bucks of the WWE, the B Team, the best team, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel versus the Revival for the WWE Raw Tag Team titles. On the
B
pre-show.
Team, go.
Go.
They are so over, and I freaking love it. They finally got something.
Yes.
With them, too. They finally got something.
Absolutely, man. I'm so glad that they finally got over with the fans, that they're connecting, and especially Curtis Axel. Like, he deserves something too, man.
He does. Like, I mean, the last thing he really got was he was an Intercontinental Champion. That was just hey, thanks for getting The Rock's ring rust out of his system.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for being Kurt Hennig's son, pretty much. But yeah, B Team, man. The Revival, I will say this. I know the Revival's gotten some bad breaks because of injuries on the main roster. I really hope that at some point that they'll be given a proper chance to shine.
Yes.
I know they're getting a shot at the tag team titles, but I don't think they deserve the tag team titles at this juncture. The B Team needs to hang on to the belts for a while. I'm hoping.
Yeah, like it was making it great. It's like they're just such a goofy team, and it's like, yo, how are these guys still undefeated?
Yeah.
That's what makes it so great.
Yeah, and their theme music, genius.
Yeah.
Absolute genius. So I'm hoping the Revival will get a better break at some point, but the B Team's going to keep this one. Go. And speaking of tag teams that need a much better break, yo, Vince, what are you doing with the Authors of Pain?
Oh, my God.
What are you doing with them, man? Come on.
We'll get into it. We'll get into all that next week. Next week is going to be like...
Yep. And
next week's going to be fire.
Oh, yeah, it will be. And Eddie Ortiz makes a great point in the comments saying that Bo Dallas owned NXT at one point, and everyone seems to forget that. Yeah, he was the third NXT champion, and he was an effective heel. And
did you mention Venom will likely be PG-13? Yeah, I heard something about that.
Ooh, I thought it was gonna be rated R though.
No, Sony doesn't want their first rated R. They don't want their first movie to be rated R.
I don't know, man. Like they're trying to get more butts in seats. I respect that from a business standpoint, but if the material, if it's R, let it be R, man. Come on. And besides, like I watched rated R movies when I was like 5-6 years old. I turned out fine. Come on, you'll be fine.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 at the Barclays Center. We all know that NXT is the automatic winners of this SummerSlam weekend, but let's run through my predictions. Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane for the Women's Championship. I think Kairi Sane's going to take it, and Shayna Baszler will be called down to the main roster. Yes, I said called down because, Vince doesn't handle NXT call-ups well, and Triple H must be...
They're not his babies. They're Triple H's babies.
Yeah. Another match of the year candidate, Tommaso Ciampa, the current NXT champion, versus Johnny Gargano in a last man standing match for the championship.
Ciampa.
I want to say I gotta
we
go.
Want Gargano. We want Gargano because he's like that. He's the heart of NXT. Like he's the good guy. Like
yeah, and he's been chasing it since January, dude.
The chase. The money's in the chase.
The money's in the chase. Yeah, but I think Gargano has to get the belt.
Ciampa's just over like crazy. He's the best heel in the game right now.
He is.
Like, he is killing it.
Like Ciampa's heel work is so effective that like he doesn't come out to any theme music. They just display his name on the Titantron, and then
that's it, and everybody just boo.
fuck you,
Ciampa.
Ciampa. Oh man, like that's
Kyle, they don't say fuck you, Roman. Yes, they do.
oh they do. But the difference is people say that as a show of love for Ciampa's heel work. They say they say F you Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns is simply not that guy.
Yo, I'm placing a bet.
Oh, what's this?
3 beach balls during SummerSlam.
I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna go with 4.
Okay.
4 beach balls during the main event at SummerSlam, Lesnar versus Reigns. Also, getting back to NXT match. I'm gonna say this match of SummerSlam weekend. Adam Cole, baby.
Oh my God, yeah, I'm going Ricochet on that one.
Yes, versus Ricochet for the NXT North American Championship. I think Ricochet's gonna take it. Even if he doesn't, I won't be mad because you're talking about 2 of the very best talents in NXT. Yeah. And which kind of breaks my heart a little because Adam Cole's going to be misused somehow on the main roster.
Oh yeah.
And Ricochet will either be banished to 205 Live or he'll be a joke character like on the level of No Way Jose on the main roster.
He better not be.
Like, that's the type of stuff that makes you not want to watch the main roster stuff except for the pay-per-views. But you know what? But let's enjoy the good times while we still have them. But I think that's going to be the match of the weekend and one of the match of the year candidates right there. Also, we have the tag team championship for NXT, the Undisputed Era, the Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, the current champions, versus Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven in a rematch.
Oh God. I love Undisputed Era so much. I'm going for Undisputed Era just so Kyle O'Reilly can play the belt as he comes on.
Yeah, that looks so cool.
I haven't seen anybody do that so well since Hollywood Hogan.
Yeah, that's true. It's just a cool thing to do with the belt like that.
But you gotta have like a certain swag to do it, and Undisputed Era just got that swag. They just got the swag.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They certainly do. And Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate, Trent Seven, awesome in the ring. And I think that they're gonna go back to the UK for NXT's UK show. They're gonna be the flagship players there. And last but not least, Velveteen Dream versus EC3, man.
Velveteen, he needs a win.
Yeah,
he needs a takeover win.
He needs a big win, absolutely. Velveteen is over like Rover, and I don't know if you've watched there was a recent Velveteen Dream promo, like that's like a video, like a little promo package, like promoting his upcoming match. It's so bad, it's funny. It's just like so corny. You just gotta watch it. It's like he just whispers random words in the camera, like NXT TakeOver, Philadelphia, and then he turns to the camera, Philadelphia, whoosh, and it shows highlights of his matches.
I'll look it up.
It's so bad. Like it's like, you know what? He's got to win. He's got to win something. But I am not looking forward to the day where Velveteen Dream gets called down to the main roster because Vince is going to turn him into Orlando Jordan Part 2.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no.
And that's it. Oh my God. I just wish, you know what? I just wish that there's like, I wish NXT would have like maybe more lucrative enough deals to have like wrestlers like say, okay, I just want to do an NXT run, not the main roster run, and that's that. Like that would be cool. Like just like
sure, it's happened before.
Yeah, like maybe just like a six-figure salary, maybe, like as like the salary cap, and then that would be that. I'd be like, hey, I'll take that deal. Shoot. Because I don't want to be. I mean, what would you rather have? Like have like awesome matches on the NXT roster, like match of the year candidates, and be respected for the talent that you are, or be misused to hell, like and just be another face in the crowd on the main roster and make millions. And yeah, the money's good and all, but if you can't make a good living off 6 figures, you're doing something wrong. Seriously. But yeah, those are my predictions for SummerSlam and NXT TakeOver. And we all know that NXT is going to win this weekend, so,
Yeah. And shout out to Kendrick. Where's he been? And no, these headphones are from Sweden.
Yes, Sweden. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the news and headlines and wrestling prediction stuff. So,
Yeah, I'm good. You want to move on to question of the week?
yes, let's do it.
All right, last week's question of the week was, what was your favorite line from a superhero movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember mine was, I don't care. Wait, you can't change the past. I don't care. He killed my mom. From Captain America: Civil War.
Yeah.
Yours was.
Oh man, I forgot.
Was it like the Dark Knight Rises?
Oh, the Dark. Yeah, I think it was Dark Knight Rises. It was Bane's monologue, not monologue, but his line about the shadows.
The darkness.
Yeah. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man, and then it was nothing to me but blinding. Chokes Batman.
All right, so it was pretty popping on Instagram. So Mr. McScuffles says, "Oh, it's right next to the prostate, or is that the light switch?
Or is that the on switch?
Oh, Deadpool.
John Aponic says, "When a forest grows too wild, a purging fire is inevitable, and natural."
Is that Thanos?
Ra's al Ghul from Batman.
Batman Begins.
Ah, yeah.
Eddie from UWO says, "Fuck Batman."
Fuck Batman.
Robin from the Teen Titans trailer.
Yeah.
And Asia Be Like says, "When you're good at something, never do it for free."
Ah, the Joker. Heath Ledger, Dark Knight.
And then Kendra says, "I have to go with a smile." From the Joker.
Was that Jack Nicholson's Joker?
I want to say it was Heath Ledger's.
Either? Yeah, it sounds like it, yeah.
So this week's question of the week, I had to fold it up just so you won't look at it.
Okay.
What is your ultimate video game dream match?
Video game dream match.
Yes.
Like, what would this entail? Like, video
Like
game?
what? A character from one video game going against a character from another video game.
Video game dream match. Okay. Okay, man. There's a lot you can go with.
There is.
Like fighting game franchises. A lot of them have been done already, like Street Fighter versus Tekken, Mortal Kombat. Jesus, I really got to sit and think about this one. Do you have any answers?
I'm actually trying to get the names like escaping me.
Dream match. Video game dream match. Anybody has any answers in the comments, feel free to
Not
chime in.
yet, but not yet. Man, there's always like a little delay from this. Oh my god.
Yeah.
What the hell was his name?
The main protagonist from Onimusha.
Oh, Samanosuke.
Samanosuke. That's what I thought. Samanosuke from Onimusha versus Yoshimitsu from Tekken.
That's a good
Nice swordsman fight.
good pick.
Scorpion versus Goku.
Okay.
Goku got that.
Okay. Carl, you do know we have Smash Brothers in the world?
Yeah, okay, but it's not just limited to just those characters. I mean, there's other characters that Smash Brothers can't get.
That's quite true. Man, this is a tough one, man. It's kind of hard to really sit and think about this one. I think I might have one, because like if I'm thinking about like RPGs, I'm thinking about fighting games. Thinking about
Sonic versus Mario, but like I said, Smash Brothers. One that's not in Smash Brothers. Jesus. I would think Foga from Killer Instinct versus Yoshimitsu.
Okay. Or like Killer Instinct versus the Tekken universe. Or, well, you have to like switch up the fighting engine considerably. Man, Damn, this really has me stumped. I do have okay. I have one.
Go ahead.
Geralt of Rivia from the Witcher series, awesome character.
Okay.
Versus it's a random one until I can think of a better answer. Geralt of Rivia versus Link from the Zelda series. I don't know.
That's weird.
It's
I'm
weird.
like trying to even picture it, and it's just
Yeah, it's weird. It's
okay.
bizarre.
That's fire. Ryu versus Jin
Jin
from Tekken.
Kazama.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's fire.
Which I think you can play in
We're in Street Fighter versus Tekken. Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Liu Kang versus Kazuya.
Yeah, Tekken versus Mortal Kombat. Okay. Yeah, man,
And Bison versus Johnny Cage.
maybe.
And Bison got that hands down though.
I mean, yeah. Jeez, this is so hard. I'm actually going on Google right now, and I'm trying to Google some other video game characters I can
Damn, you need to play some fighting games more.
look at. Listen, I'm not a big fighting game aficionado, man. Like, it's not casual friendly. A lot of fighting games are not casual friendly. Like, you gotta memorize button presses, then you gotta memorize like the mechanics, like auto doubles, canceling, blocking, parrying.
It's a challenge.
Like, and every character has different move sets, like different button combinations. You gotta memorize them
Eddie
all.
from Tekken versus Zack from Dead or Alive. Okay.
I mean, like, it's just too much to keep in your head. It's like, I don't know how people do it. I really don't.
Just like memorizing damn near every single movie that you watch.
Oh,
The year they were made and stuff.
Movies are different. Like, you don't have to memorize button combinations or anything like that. Okay. I have an answer. Take Link from Legend of Zelda versus the characters from Nier Automata, like 9S and 2B. Or 2B versus Link. Yeah, 2B is a female character from Nier Automata.
Okay.
Yeah, sword battle. That's my answer. 2B
Lara
versus
Croft
Link.
versus Nathan Drake. No. What the hell was her name? From Uncharted.
Elena Fisher?
Not Elena. Chloe.
Chloe.
Frazier.
Yeah.
Lara Croft versus Chloe Frazier.
Mm.
Ninja Turtles versus Battletoads. I think that happened though.
Yeah, that might have happened. But yeah, that's my answer. 2B versus Link. Whatever your answers are, we have some answers in the chat here. Let us know at codexprimepodcast@gmail.com. And as well as our social medias. Where can they find us, Carl?
Everywhere. Yeah, I was lazy as fuck.
Uh,
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, iTunes. Make sure you leave us a 5-star review.
yes.
SoundCloud, Google Play.
Yep.
Did I say YouTube? Possibly. I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
YouTube.
Mention SoundCloud.
Yeah. I think
Instagram.
Yeah, I mentioned those too. This dude said Coca-Cola versus Pepsi. That's an ongoing battle.
Yeah. Coca-Cola.
Drink whatever's there.
Yeah. Well, natural Coca-Cola, not the one with the high fructose corn syrup. See, you gotta make that distinction.
Soda.
I mean, high fructose corn syrup is killing us, though. Well,
It isn't killing us.
well, killing y'all because, like me, I'm on my health kick. So
Oh, no, I'm on my okay. Eat a steak and be happy.
please,
Medium well.
steak is. If anybody who eats their steak medium, you're a savage. You were raised in a barn. Steaks are meant to be cooked well done, cooked thoroughly. If there's red on the meat, I will not eat. Hey, you want to risk? You can risk salmonella if you want to, but I want that stuff well done. I want it char-broiled, son. I want it.
Oh man.
I want it crispy, so I can rub the A1. I can marinate the A1 steak sauce all over the body of the steak. Yeah. That didn't sound right, but yeah.
Yeah. Showing up versus CeeLo Green.
Oh, man. Yo, you know what? I can dig that.
Oh, man.
Oh, Last Dragon. What a great movie.
But also, we need to. Also, I wanted to. Kenji says he eats it rare.
Rare. You're banned from the show, son.
No, he's not.
You're banned.
No, he's not. Also, we now have merchandise, y'all.
Yes. Tell him, Carl. Tell him what we got. What we
You can
got.
go on to wehavemerch.com /collection
Yep.
/Codex -Prime -podcast, where you can get these Codex Prime t-shirts. More merchandise to come. But as of right now, you can get your very own Codex Prime podcast shirts in any color, any size. So
Word.
just go to wehavemerch.com /collection /Codex -Prime -podcast.
That's right. Men and women's tees. And also,
Ooh,
and
dude from Castlevania versus Dante.
I like that.
That's a good one.
I like that.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And also, you can find the links to We Have Merch and studio headphones in the episode descriptions as well.
Use the promo code Codex at studio.com to get 15% off. Whew, sit
Yeah.
down to one breath.
Yeah. So yeah, as always, we thank you so much for.
Codex Prime underwear coming soon.
Hey man, we'll sell them all eventually. Let me see. Yes, and thank you. Eddie Ortiz agrees with me. Yes, steak is meant to be eaten well done. That's right. That's
Knock
right.
it till you try it.
I tried medium rare once.
Try medium well.
Uh,
Medium well, you would like.
nah,
I used to be just like you. I always eat well done. That's it. And somebody recommended, hey, try medium well. I'm like, all right, and it was good.
all right.
Okay, just says, oh baby, I like it raw. That's what she said.
On that note, tune in next week on the show. We're going to be talking about SummerSlam and NXT, the results. So it's going to be a wrestling heavy podcast next Tuesday. We're going to have the UWO joining us and hopefully Adrian Price, aka the Roman Reigns Stan. So actually, no, it's going to be the first time we're going to have two Roman Reigns Stans on the show, Adrian and Kyle.
Kyle will not be alone this time.
He won't be alone this time, so he's going to have a tag team partner. So to defend the honor of the big pup. So we're looking forward to that. So yeah, tune in next week, and for your wrestling fans, do tune in to NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 as well this Saturday at 8 p.m. on the WWE Network, as well as SummerSlam this Sunday. I think it's at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock on the WWE Network as well. It's another 4-hour show. And with that, we will catch you on the flip. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Peace out, nerds.
Later.